Hey, Buck, the movie buff back here to talk about The Voice of Hind Rajab. 2025 release, made it into the UK and Ireland first in January 2026, and I just had the wonderful opportunity to see it down in Denver, Colorado, February 2026 at our house cinema called the Alamo Cinema. Go check it out, pretty cool, and puts on amazing movies there. That said, this is a movie done by Kaouther Ben Hania, a Tunisian director. She's already been nominated before, and notable for movies like Four Daughters and The Man Who Sold His Skin. I'll try to cover those movies in a future episode, but let's focus for now on The Voice of Hind Rajab. This is basically a movie that's based on actual audio recordings, and when I mean actual audio recordings based on it, they use the audio recordings from Hind Rajab, who is a 5-year-old Palestinian girl that's trapped in a car and under Israeli fire. The movie is principally told from a Red Cross location where there are some Red Cross workers on the phone with people in stressed situations and life-threatening situations, trying to get them help and rescue efforts. So a lot of the movie is a few characters in the Red Cross speaking to the young girl, but what they've done is, while they're on the phone with their headsets or any phone, they're using the actual audio recordings that the Red Cross had captured online on their recording line from this call. And spoiler alerts, go see this movie. It's amazing. It's nominated for Best Foreign Film this year in the Oscars. What I will call out is some of the plot and how they did it so eloquently. If anyone followed the news on this or knows the story, it's quite sad, tragic. The whole girl's family is killed, and I mean numerous people. I forget the exact number, but she's witnessed this as a 5-year-old, taken refuge in a car and still besieged under the Israeli troops' fire in this area of the Gaza Strip. As the story moves forward, the Red Cross workers are struggling to get a green light to send in aid, ambulances, rescue efforts, and they for most of the movie and phone calls don't get this. And so you're seeing that it's very much so into like a Paul Greengrass style of documentary filmmaking, ഃsinəmə́veriʻtā. Think of The Bourne Identity or United 93. Paul Greengrass also directed like Bloody Sunday, which is another amazing movie, and does it so eloquently with that style of cinema that seems so real, like you're there on the ground watching this unfold. Very important, though, for a movie like this that's actually using audio recordings that were kept by the Red Cross and then must have been shared with the production crew to make this movie. So while they're trying to navigate getting this green light through the military roadblocks to save this young girl, they're trying to calm her down and have an ongoing conversation that literally mirrors what the actual recording was, except you have actors performing the Red Cross efforts and listening to the actual audio recordings of Hind Rajab, which is it's intense. It's very moving, poignant, to think of any child going through this, and if you can be empathic and have empathy for like a 5-year-old in your own family that would be caught in a vehicle in a fire zone, an intense area where war is happening, and in such need and such fear. An amazing brave girl too, and the things that she's communicating to the Red Cross workers, it's almost unfathomable and incomprehensible. As the movie unfolds, though, I was questioning the photography because it was that kind of Paul Greengrass, very documentary filmmaking look. But at one point in the movie, they ask, spoiler alert, Hind Rajab, about things that she likes and what she's kind of has pastimes with, and she mentions in the Gaza the sea, the Gaza Sea and the sand and the water, and it cuts at this point, and you hear these ocean sounds. And you also see these beautiful photograph filmed shots of the ocean coming up on the sand, and the lighting is just impeccable. It's like it should have received a cinematography nomination too. It goes back to the story as it escalates and them trying to get help for her. And this is where I was just blown away. This humanitarian cost we're experiencing in this part of the world is just so eloquently and tragically captured in this film. And I think the only way to do a story like this, and this is the genius, of the director and production crew, is to do a ́sinəmə́veriţā like this and use actual audio recordings, is to have that kind of documentary look. And at one point, somebody must have actually filmed them with the smartphone. They had a smartphone out and filming the call. So you're seeing the people you've seen all along, but all of a sudden, whatever cast member is speaking, because they were taking turns speaking with her on the phone or doing certain things, working with their laptops to get the green light and get rescue aid in there. It's like a rack shot where you see the background blur of the actor, and then you're just focused on the actual recording somebody caught on their smartphone. So you're seeing the actual person have this conversation over the phone with Hind Rajab, while the person that's acting it, in contrast to the person that actually had this moment captured on video, is blurred, but in the same posture and position that the person is on the smartphone recording. Beautiful photography, amazing idea, and just impeccably captured on film. And this goes through a few different characters. And they even motion their smartphone at one point over here, over there. And so you see that individual actor kind of go into a blur, like a rack shot where they go into a blur, and then you're focused in crystal clear on the smartphone shot, which is the actual phone recording somebody made during this tragic phone call with Hind Rajab. It doesn't end with a happy ending, as is much of what's going on in the Gaza Strip in that region of our world. And they even have an interview with the mother, and I think what's her brother or young brother too, at the very end of the film. Then it also goes into some other, kind of documentary footage of them going back to the actual scene in the Gaza Strip where this happened. And you see this completely demolished and blown up ambulance that another humanitarian worker in conjunction with the Red Cross was in with a colleague, and they've obviously both deceased, and I think they're picking up human remains. So we're actually seeing documentary footage now. So it just gets more, ́sinəmə́veriţā into actual documentary footage by the end of the film. And then the credits roll, and I'm like looking at names like Brad Pitt, Joaquin Phoenix, and Alfonso Cuarón that were producers and executive producers on this film. This movie was just an amazing act of filmmaking, so needed at this time on our planet when we have so much conflict going on. It's not something that's screening in major cinemas, so you're going to have to really search for this, as did I. And fortunately, with my family, we were able to locate this in an art house cinema that we have down in Denver, Colorado, and we made a point to go to it. So with that said, check it out. The Voice of Hind Rajab, nominated for Best Foreign Film this Oscar season. That's all, folks.